Hello, my beautiful Hair Lounge community. Angelina here in the Hair Lounge. Today it's all about eyebrow tinting. Stay tuned and I'll show you how to do it. Let's talk about why you should tint your eyebrows. If you have super light eyebrows, say you're a blonde and you can't even see your eyebrows at all, I would suggest tinting them. What it's going to do is going to deepen your eyebrows so that way you can actually see those hairs and then you don't have to fill in your eyebrows. When you tint your eyebrows, it doesn't last as long as it does on your hair because you're not leaving the color on for a super long time. And if you're like me, you wash your face every single night or you're putting creams or different products on your face. So that makes your eyebrows fade a little bit faster. But it takes one step out of your routine in the morning of not having to fill in your eyebrows. So I definitely suggest, if you haven't done it before, watch this video. That way you're able to tint your eyebrows at home with the help of me, the professional that does hair, guide you along the way. So let's talk about what you're going to need. So I'm gonna get a little close. And if you can see, I do have makeup on. I work today, and so I have makeup on my face. So you wanna make sure that your eyebrows or the hair doesn't have any foundations, if you filled in your eyebrows, doesn't have any of that powder or pencil that you used on it. And you just want to remove kind of the oil off your face. So I would suggest getting cotton rounds or a cotton ball, and you're going to remove that off of your eyebrows. So this is just makeup remover, facial cleanser. I always like to stir it up. And again, I always link everything down below. That way it's super easy for you to find. So go ahead and look down in the description box if you need some help on what to use on your face. So just a tiny bit on my cotton round, and I literally am going all over those eyebrows. As you can see, I have makeup on. So, and I did fill in my eyebrows today, so I'm gonna kind of rub. You don't wanna rub super hard because you don't want to damage your eyebrows and have any hair falling out. So you wanna rub pretty soft and be gentle with it. And then same on this other side. And as you can see, I'm still getting some, so I'm gonna fold this over and just clean this other side. And don't forget, you guys, if you have not subscribed yet, please hit that red subscribe button right now. It really helps build my channel. And if you like what you see at all through this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. I definitely appreciate seeing all the love. Feeling pretty good. So now while I let that dry, I'm gonna kind of talk to you a little bit about how to select the right shade. As you can see, I am not a blonde naturally. Yes, I have highlighted my hair, but if you look super close, I'm pretty dang dark. And naturally, if you look at my eyebrows, I have dark eyebrows. So that is the color that I'm going to choose for my hair. I don't recommend trying to lighten your eyebrows. For example, if you are a blonde and your eyebrows are super dark, I definitely don't suggest trying to match that. You can go one shade lighter than what you have on your face, but what you have is what you want to work with. You don't want to look ridiculous, and it is hard to lighten your eyebrows and not get warm. So you want to go as close as you possibly can to what your eyebrows actually are. But obviously I do hair, so it is a little bit easier for me to select. If you get an actual eyebrow tinting kit, majority of the time it's, is light, medium brown, dark brown, black. I believe they have some light blondes on there too. So just use your best judgment. If you need help, don't hesitate to send me a message or leave me a comment and I can help you. But you want to go as close as you possibly can. Look at those pictures to pick the right color. I personally use hair color. So color that I would be using on my clients or myself, I'm gonna use hair color. So you can use whatever. I know there's tons of videos out there that people are using just for men, kind of the 5-minute beard color. You can also use that as well. I'm going to show you with just normal regular hair color. And the reason why I do that is because when my clients come in and I'm coloring their hair and they need, say they have gray eyebrows or they have gray hairs in their eyebrows, I just use the color that I'm putting on their head on their eyebrows. So that's why I'm gonna use that today. So now that feels pretty dry. Now I'm gonna give you a tip. If you are not using a barrier around kind of the skin on your eyebrows and you're not careful, you will dye the skin on your face. And that's scary. So I like to use, this is a color block, and this is a barrier to kind of protect your skin from the color to stain it. So I'm gonna use this. You could also use like Vaseline, conditioner, anything that is going to protect your skin. So I'm just gonna use a cotton swab, and I'm just gonna do a little pump on this guy. Okay, I put it on my hand so that way you guys, or my fingers so that way you guys can see. So I'm just gonna kind of roll it on that, and then I'm just gonna trace my eyebrows. As you can see, you can see that little kind of hole in there. So if I have any fine blonde hairs, this color is gonna get that. So I'm just gonna trace kind of up over the top and trying not to get the eyebrow hairs. Because if you get the eyebrow hairs, then it's not going to color your eyebrows. And this is just protection, so your skin does not get stained. If you're very careful, you can skip this step, but if it is your first time, I just suggest doing this. Another tip I'm going to tell you guys, if you decide that you want to wax your eyebrows, you can wax before or after. I honestly do it after, which might seem backwards to some people, but I like to try to get as much of the hair as I can dyed, and then when I go back through and wax it, it does kind of remove a little bit of the stain on my skin. So I like to do it that way, and I don't like to remove hair that I shouldn't until I try to get as much of the hairs left over colored. Okay, so we're gonna just leave it like that. Let me get a little closer so you can kind of see I got a little blob on there, but that's what we're gonna go with. Now it's all about the mixing. So as you can see, I'm fairly dark. I know I'm about a level 5, so I am using 5N. This is Paul Mitchell. This is the color, and it's their XG color. Again, I will leave everything down in the description box below, so look there if you need to know what color I'm actually using. This is a brand new tube, and you just need a tiny bit. I don't have a lot of eyebrows. Also, you need a tint bowl and brush. You can buy the mascara ones. Those are really good too to use, but I'm just gonna use my tint brush. And I'm doing a ribbon is what we call it. So about an inch squeezed out of this tube, and I'll show you that once I finish. So you can see it, a little doohickey on the end, but that's all I'm gonna use. Then I'm gonna do a splash of 10 volume. The reason I'm using 10 volume is because this is for deposit. I don't want to lift my eyebrows. I'm doing exactly the same color that I have on my eyebrows. And so I don't want to use 20 volume because 20 volume will lift a little bit. So I'm just using 10. 10 volumes is what you want if you're gonna mix it this way. And I just did a tiny bit of the developer in there, and then we're just gonna stir that up. Now you can use the tint brush that you mixed it with or the mascara one, but I'm gonna start with the Q-tip. I'm just gonna dip it into my product, my color product, and we are going to feather this in. Right now I'm not pushing super hard because I'm just trying to get it on those hairs that I can. And don't worry if you get it on your skin because we are going to go back through and clean it up. The biggest tip I have for you guys, once you get it on, then you're gonna go through and you're really kind of brush it through that hair. And make sure you're really getting kind of that inner corner, because that's where I'm a little bit lighter in color. My hair for some reason is lighter right there. And I'm just painting this on. Okay, and then as you can see how I had that little glob right there? Then I'm gonna take the other side of the Q-tip, and I have a towel, I'm just wiping that off on my towel. And then same with up above the eyebrow, this is where you're just gonna kind of clean it up. That barrier cream helps, but you want to make sure all that color is sitting on the eyebrow and not on your skin, because it will stain it if you didn't get enough barrier cream on it. Now we're gonna do exactly the same thing to this left eye. After you get it applied on both eyebrows, I like to sit and watch. I'm gonna do about 5 minutes just on my timer, and then I'm gonna come back and reevaluate and see if it's getting a little too dark or if I like the depth or the darkness of my eyebrows. Normally I can leave these on about 7 minutes, and that's just trial and error. So if you're using normal color, I would say that's roughly about what you would want to do. Again, if you're using a Just for Men, it's 5 minutes, so you want to leave that on for those 5 minutes. That one is a little bit stronger, so if you do a darker color, you're gonna look like Groucho Marx. So, you know, don't be too nervous, but if you start seeing it and you're processing super, super dark, maybe leave it on 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then take it off. And this is what I look like with it on. So you can see it's starting to get a little bit darker, and that's what we want. Do not be afraid. Start that timer and let it sit on for those 5 minutes. You guys, so this is what I look like. It's roughly been about 7 minutes. So you can see they're pretty dark, but don't freak out. So I'm going to use exactly the same stuff that I cleaned my eyebrows off with before. Shake it up, and we are gonna wipe this stuff off. And then I like to go back through with a Q-tip again with the same cleanser to kind of really get in there and make sure you're getting all the color off your eyebrows. Then I take the other side and kind of dry them, and then I look to make sure that I'm not getting color on that Q-tip. Okay, so this is what I look like after. Obviously I'm a little bit red and they seem dark, but you gotta remember they fade. Since I'm doing all my makeup and do all that kind of stuff and cleansing my face and putting like my toners or my face products on it, they start to fade super, super fast. I'm gonna go put my makeup on and I will show you the end results of how it looks once my makeup is done and finished. So I freshened up my makeup. I put my foundation back on where I removed all of it. I did not put any product in my eyebrows, and I'm gonna get up a little bit closer so you guys can see the difference. So it deepened it up just enough. I still have that little hole. Obviously I have a hole in my eyebrows that I'll still probably fill in, but they just look more defined. They look like they're shaped a little bit better. All of those super, super light hairs, because I do have kind of those light hairs around my hairline, and so I am lighter than what it actually looks like, but it just filled those in. So now I really don't have to worry about filling in my eyebrows minus that little bald spot that I have. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you were able to learn a thing or two about eyebrow tinting, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw today. Again, don't hesitate to leave any comments if you have any questions, and check the description box for all the things I used today. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.